The year 2015 is celebrated as the International Year of Soils, and international organizations like Food and Agriculture Organization as well as the other international bodies are celebrating this particular year as International Year of Soils to enhance the awareness about the soil health and the importance of soils for ensuring the sustainable food production as well as the improved rural livelihoods worldwide, particularly in the developing countries. As we all know, in most of the developing countries, 60 to 70% of the soils are degraded and suffering from one or another form of land degradation. For example, in India as well as in Asia and Africa, we have observed that along with the soil erosion by wind or by water erosion, the most of the soils are also depleted because of the continuous cultivation over the centuries. We have observed that farmers are not applying the fertilizers as needed based on the soil diagnosis, but they are applying as a blind recommendation in terms of nitrogen, phosphorus and potash. Our results have shown that 60 to 100% of the farmers' fields in Asia are deficient in not only in nitrogen and phosphorus or potash, but largely in terms of micro and secondary nutrients like zinc, boron, sulfur, iron and molybdenum. And unless these nutrients which are required in small quantities are applied, the plants cannot make use of the other applied macronutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus or potash, or also the water which is available, and that is how we end up with low rainwater use efficiency or nutrient use efficiency, resulting into low production. An initial exercise when we did this, we found that farmers were not aware that plants need more than NPK as such, and that is where the challenge was how to convince the farmers. And once we undertook the diagnostics of millions of hundreds of thousands of samples in the country like India as well as in Thailand and the model watersheds in China, we observed that farmers are totally ignorant about the need of the other nutrients for the plants for producing the good yield, and in that case we undertook participatory demonstrations by applying the soil test based nutrients to the soil, which also resulted into increased productivity and also enhancing the rainwater use efficiency. The second intervention basically for improving the soil health, as we have seen, is very much needed in the tropical countries, is building up of the soil organic carbon, and in this case carbon sequestration through improved land, water and crop management practices plays very important role, because tropical soils are very low in organic matter content, and without organic matter content the soil biological activity does not get kick started in the soils, and the availability of nutrients as well as uptake of water and nutrients for the plant growth is adversely affected. As the organic carbon additions are done and the carbon sequestration is achieved through appropriate land and water management and crop management practices, the water holding capacity of the soil also improves.